dig a little bit deeper into this Nicki Minaj interview because the interview was so candid or however, and I don't remember the key point of where it ended or where it started at because I was only able to listen to a little bit. But, you know, Nicki Minaj went into details. Of course, I said earlier about the Drake situation with Meek and Drake and how Drake expressed to her that he would be he would have been upset if Nicki had to just start spitting bars at him, coming at him, because, you know, at the same time, that was, you know, Meek was her man. But as you know, that Drake was never Nicki's boyfriend. That was always just best friends. You know, they was just always really cool, you know, just whatever. He hit if she let him type of deal. I mean, we've all been in that situation. But the plot thickens. Now, if you rewind, some say, 11 years ago when Lil' Kim first came onto the scene and, you know, years had passed and she was just like, this little bitch keep coming at me. This is some bullshit. She kept doing that. Like, you need to pay homage. You need to pay homage. You need to pay homage. You know, everybody looking like, oh, Kim, you just a bitter da-da-da-da-da. But oh, how the tables have turned. In that Nicki Minaj interview with Zane Lowe, Nicki speaks about the motorsport situation where the Migos, along with CardiB, made it seem like she was the one who started beef. And it's sad because even in this interview, Nicki cries because she's so hurt by it that Cardi really hurt her feelings with it, because here's the ego. Here. Basically, she told the exact same story, which was the story that she told. The Migos didn't tell a different story. You know, they didn't tell a story at all. Cardi told a different story. Nicki says that one of the boys hit her up about motorsport. Nicki was originally on motorsport. It was originally the Migos and Nicki Minaj motorsport. They hit her up. Hey, is it cool for us to put Cardi on the song? They asked her. She said, sure. She went on the song. Nicki said that Cardi now uses her hairstylist, which is Tokyo Styles. And Tokyo Styles was the reason why Nicki Minaj was not in the motorsport video with CardiB. Because of scheduling conflict issues. There was never any beef. There was never anything. And she expressed to Tokyo that if you do not come do my hair, if you do not do what I need you to do for me on today, day of shooting, while she's shooting, it's going to look like I have a problem with her and that there's a problem. It's going to create a problem. And in that sense, Nicki was not able to film with Cardi because of Tokyo's scheduling issue. So Tokyo was the one who caused the drama. Okay? This is per Nicki Minaj. Remember, we have not heard anything from Nicki about any of this, period. We haven't heard anything about any of this with Nicki Minaj. Okay? So then that explains why Kim Kimble did her hair for the motorsport video and she did those pink braids. Kim Kimble did that hair, not Tokyo Styles. Tokyo Styles is now Cardi B's hairstylist. And Tokyo was Nicki's hairstylist for years. Understand that. So, moving on. Nicki also expressed that when all the things started rolling out and everything started rolling out, Nicki says that the boys and Cardi let her take that being painted as the bad guy. None of them ever stood up for Nicki. None of them ever cleared the air with Nicki Minaj. None of them ever did any of that with her. And Nicki came to tears with it. And her rebuttal was, wow, not to sound cocky, in tears, you should be glad that you were able to be on a song with Nicki Minaj. That you were able to do that with Nicki Minaj. And the first thing that comes out of your mouth when they ask you about a Nicki Minaj feature is she changed her verse. Blah, 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 blah. When she found out I was on it, she changed her verse. Da, 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 da. You know, it's interesting how God repays us. Nicki Minaj did the exact same thing to Lil' Kim about 11 years ago. Nicki also said, I supported her genuinely. I loved her. I supported her genuinely. I supported her genuinely. And it's like, wow. So, Nicki, now you see what it feels like to be the OG and the new bitch not fuck with you and not have enough humbleness to fuck with you. So, with tears in her eyes, Zane Lowe, changes the whole thing because he knew she felt bad and it was just a whole thing. She cried about it, everything, because CardiB hurt her feelings. Because she's looking at you like, bitch, you brand new. You need to pay homage to me. But, oh, how we forget the things that we do and the seeds that we sow. And Nicki was going to get that karma back. And in that moment with CardiB, she did. But that does not take away. Okay, that does not take away from her still being the queen of rap. Nicki has so many accomplishments, so many things, just so much awesomeness about her. And these 2 albums, and not 2 albums, but these 2 songs show that. And now, once I explain this and explain that about the Chung Lee song, it makes complete sense why she did that. Oh, you thinking anybody could have did it with finesse? Oh, now y'all saying she the best? However. But once again, and I'm going to wrap this up, you can follow us on Instagram, _1. I'm sorry. You can follow us on Instagram, thecurrent _1 on Instagram.com, or you can follow me personally, Miss Desire Carter, because I'm Miss Desire Carter today. Miss Desire Carter at Desire Carter on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on all social media platforms. You can follow me and we can chop it up. But today is Nicki Day somehow. I thought it was going to be the CardiB show, but it's the Nicki Minaj Day. Nicki just changes to a whole day. So I guess officially April 12th is Nicki Minaj Day. Who knows? I don't know, but that is current entertainment. The relationship segment. So you know how this goes. I'll never tell you about my relationship status, but I'll definitely tell you about yours. Okay, let's get right into it. So, one thing I want you guys to understand is that when breaking up with someone that you truly love, it's one of the hardest things that you could ever do. Okay? Not understanding why things didn't go the right way, not understanding why you all couldn't work it out, not understanding why he couldn't communicate with you or why she couldn't communicate with you. Why was it so hard to trust this young person or this older person or however? Why? Just why? And then with all those unanswered questions, it begins to make you absolutely delusional, okay? It makes you delusional to the point where you picture yourself with them. You still make plans with them like they're around. Shit, you even talk to yourself, thinking, praying to God, oh God, please let him get it together. Lord, please let her feel how I feel. Lord, please tell him how I love him. Lord, please let her know that I don't want to go anywhere. Lord, please. and which almost caused you to go crazy. Just like music song, my mind's gonna have crazy. So we're gonna talk about 5 delusional things that keep you from moving on after a breakup. Okay, and it's best to just let go. Not everyone breaks up because things are not working out. Sometimes in a relationship, especially a long distance relationship, one of the partners decides to give up and move on rather than to work on the relationship. Now it's great if you are the quitter. But if you're the dreamer in the relationship, then it can hit you pretty hard. Now, this can get pretty bad if the significant other moves on and then you find yourself stalking them and seeing their pictures on social media, having the time of their life. We definitely have some delusions/fears, which no one tells us about, but definitely take over our thoughts and minds in life. Number 1, pictures are delusional. Pictures are always, remember, super delusional. Reality. If you think your ex looks super happy with his new interests, there's a 90% chance that it is not true. It is our fear of seeing our ex not missing us or us being rejected that completely takes over rational thinking and reality. P.S. Aviator sunglasses always make people look hotter than they are. Filters and Photoshops also make a vast difference. Remember that. Number 2, your ex will suddenly look super hot and attractive. Delusions, okay? Your ex is suddenly way thinner, way muscular, and has probably got the swaggiest new haircut and some swanky new clothes, and he's looking like a boss. Reality, people deal with breakups by going for makeovers and starting to focus on their bodies and their looks. It is because when they were with you, they were warm, fuzzy, and assured. But their self-confidence has gone for a loss. Now they're truly trying to find the ways to make themselves feel better. Your fear of not finding a new love interest takes over, and the reality of it actually looks pretty much the same as it did when they were with you. Okay? Number 3, you put your ex/lover interest on a pedestal. That's one thing as men and women that we do. You put your men and women on a pedestal when the person does not do that to you, which puts you in an area of sickness. Okay? She or he probably was the biggest thing that happened to you. You are worried to bits about how you will end up and find a hotter arm candy for yourself. Okay? The reality is you feel this way because you can't have something you've had or taken for granted. It's human nature to want things and put them in a halo around people and things that you can't have. The most important thing after a breakup is to not put someone on a pedestal. Remember, they were good and nice to you because you made them feel that way. If it's anyone who has to be on a pedestal, it's you. Remember that king. Remember that queen. You're the prize. Act like it. Number 4, your ex never truly loved or cared for you as they have and moved on. The delusion is you start feeling that this person probably never loved you or did not care enough as they have really hurt you and broken your heart. You find that they have moved on so quickly, which shows you that the relationship never meant anything to them. The reality is, it takes any normal person about half the time they were in a relationship to get over someone. So if you dated someone for 3 years, they will not be over it before 1.5 years.